Hey everyone, my name is Lego, and you may have noticed that this isn't the second part of the build video that I promised. It is coming, but I need to get this one out first, as it's something that's been on my mind for a pretty long time, and I just want to get it off my chest, because I think about this stuff kind of a lot on my own. I just want to be able to speak it into the world, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, Destiny is a series that is near and dear to my heart, and it's been a major part of the last few years of my life, as I've been playing since day one, all the way back in September of 2014. That means that I've experienced all of the ups and downs of Bungie's looter-shooter roller coaster, and I thought that I'd dedicate a video talking about my feelings on it in a sort of like retrospective styled video where I kind of just talk about the story and, kind of like a plot synopsis thing and give my opinions on all of it and just talk about how I feel. A lot of this is scripted, but right now, for example, I'm going off and just saying what comes to mind, so I kind of ramble a bit, so apologies in advance. Alright, I don't know how to transition into this, so I'm just going to say it outright. The Witch Queen is my favorite Destiny expansion we have ever received, ever. It's a prime example of Bungie's potential to provide an engaging gameplay experience while still being able to tell a compelling story with an amazing, complex villain and events that are full of twists and turns, while subsequently setting up our eventual confrontation with the Witness, who is just this seemingly unstoppable force of doom at this point. I feel like this is a story that only Destiny can tell, and it tells it quite beautifully. Speaking of beautiful, the visuals in Savathun's throne world are absolutely stunning, with such vibrant color and it being so full to the brim with immaculate life and detail. You can tell from the designs alone that Bungie wasn't pulling any punches in any department going into this expansion. The visual attention isn't exclusive to the environments at all, as the weapons and armor are always on point and have so much variety and identity. Destiny's unique style, regardless of whatever aesthetic they're shooting for, whether it's an expansion or a specific set of gear, it's present in every corner of the game head to toe. Speaking of Destiny's style, the music and sound add so much flourish to a world that already feels so alive, as the gunfire, the space magic, and the booming orchestral tracks just complement each other so well and perfectly fit all of the visuals that accompany them.
Oh shit, going through here with a sparrow.
So the visuals and the sound are really, really good. That's kind of obvious when it comes to anything Destiny related. They've always excelled at that, regardless of the quality of an expansion. So the thing that truly separates Witch Queen apart from anything else is its story. So the Witch Queen expansion finally reveals one of the most omnipresent threats throughout Destiny's history. She's someone that we've heard of all the way back in the Taken King, and she's a threat that had been building since Destiny 2's launch, and is finally revealed here. Savathun is hands down the best villain we had faced up until this point. The only close comparison that we've ever had was her own brother Oryx. The story picks up right after the events of Season of the Lost, where Savathun was revealed to be disguising herself as Osiris, and was captured by Marasov. She needed our help to remove the worm from her body, and we only agreed because we believed it would give us our best chance to finish her off for good. As the seasonal story wraps up, we complete the ritual, and Savathun somehow escaped, leaving Osiris' body behind. Soon after this, the planet Mars suddenly reappears, but it's scarred by some sort of temporal anomaly, which shows the planet's past wherever these scars were present. This leads us to discover a relic of the Pyramid fleet on Mars called the Enclave, and we also discover Savathun's throne ship. A Cabal fleet of ships gather around it, and we use a Cabal cannon to shoot ourselves on board to discover an entrance to her throne world, which is a pocket in the Ascendant Realm where she can observe everything that transpires. And it's the only place we can kill her for good. This is where we encounter the Lucent Brood, which are a hive capable of wielding the light and can be revived by their own ghosts. Once we make this shocking discovery, we encounter Savathun, who also has the light and a ghost of her own named Amaru. And we're led to assume that Savathun somehow stole the light for herself, as now she didn't have her worm, she'd be able to wield the light in place of the darkness. And Ikora tries to help us understand how any of this could be possible, as we venture back to the throne world later to investigate and learn more. During this, we meet a hive ghost named Finch that offers to help us in our mission, as he saw that Savathun was recruiting all these ghosts and believed that we were on the right side of the conflict and decided to help us out. And he's someone that we slowly trust over time as he helps us fight back against Savathun and the Hive. He leads us throughout the campaign to specific artifacts from Savathun's history, which include Sagira's shell, a tablet of ruin, a statue of a worm familiar, and a crystal shard of the prison that Savathun was previously trapped inside. So while we're exploring the throne world and finding these items with Finch, we also discover and learn more about a new darkness-based power called Deep Sight. Deep Sight is a power connected to memory, which allows us to see the past of certain objects or events. And we use this power at the Altar of Reflection in Savathun's throne world in order to look into her memories related to the objects that we find. Gameplay-wise, most of the time you just hold square and a platform shows up, but it also has more implications for the story, as the Enclave is a location where we can use Deep Sight to craft weapons, and of course, like I mentioned, the items we find can be taken to the Altar of Reflection to look into Savathun's past. Sagira's ghost shell causes us to hear whispers about someone named the Witness, and when we take it to the altar itself, it shows her possession of Osiris and how she gained knowledge of the light from him. And after that, we obtain the Tablet of Ruin, and we take that to the altar, and it shows us more about the Witness that was mentioned previously, and how they have the power to move planets between dimensions, which is what happened to Mars, Mercury, Titan, and Io, and how Savathun planned on using a similar power to put the Traveler within her throne world. Obtaining the Worm Familiar forced us to face a vision of an Ahamkara and defeat it, and after we barely escape, we attempt to access the Altar of Reflection using the worm, but we're unable for some reason. We then decide to go obtain this crystal shard and access the altar once again. The memory we learn here is where the foundation of the story starts to get shaken to its core. It's one of the first major reveals that we get during the story. So remember, we were led to believe that Savathun intentionally removed her worm because she wanted to steal the light and somehow succeeded. And what really happened is, after the events of the story of last season, Savathun went directly to the last city, pulling the crystal shard out of her body and lying below the Traveler. She reached out as she died from her wounds and losing her worm. And after she died, the Traveler intentionally gave her the light by providing her a ghost of her own. So this means that she didn't steal the light at all, and had every right to use it in the same way that we do. And what's even more surprising is that Savathun lost all of her memories upon her resurrection. So by witnessing her memories ourselves, she is remembering her past so she can continue to enact these plans she made beforehand. She uses us the entire time to remember what she had forgotten. And the reason she couldn't do it herself is because without her worm, she isn't able to use the darkness required for the deep sight power that we have now. And this is honestly really cool, because those that know the lore or understand the mechanics of Destiny's universe would probably start to question if Savathun even remembered her past at all, or if Amaru simply told her everything. So this being a major part of the plot is really cool to see, as our character and our ghost assume she still remembered everything that happened before, and she kind of acted like she did. And so when she reveals this to us, it's a really cool twist that is the beginning of when things in the plot start to get really interesting.
I'm so grateful to you for reminding me, for telling my story.
Wait, what is she talking about?
She remembers. We helped her remember.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
So after we learn all of this, We are forced to retreat as she begins a hive ritual to pull the Traveler into her throne world as she planned, as she believes it's the best way to protect it from the oncoming conflict with the Witness. But without the Traveler being at Earth, we would be defenseless and humanity would be driven to extinction. So after we're hit with such a big story revelation, we're immediately hit with another one. And it's one that recontextualizes a lot of the early lore we had about the Hive and their history, because previously we couldn't take the Worm Familiar we found to the altar. And since we couldn't do that, it was the only thing we had left to, try and figure something out about. And now that Savathun was doing her ritual, we needed to find another way to access that memory. And Ikora has us take the Worm Familiar to the Relic Enclave on Mars. And using the same ability of Deep Sight there allows us to revert the Familiar to a previous point in time, and we get another vision. And it's a vision that's revealed to us without being in Savathun's throne world, so she doesn't get to see it. So it's information that we can use against her.
These frail siblings will soon be claimed by the light. Unless we claim them first, we will tell the most cunning sibling of a cataclysm, a prophecy of great loss. We will feed her fear, her pride. We will say, young Sathona, the end is coming. A great cataclysm. A god wave. In the sky, there is only death. But salvation lies in the deep. Lead your sisters down. Your coming will spare their short lives. And you will be reborn, the Witch Queen, Savathun.
They were tricked. The Hive were lied to.
This scene shows how the Witness's actions led to the creation of the Hive, and how much influence this character has over one of the most powerful races we've seen in Destiny. It's scenes and story revelations like this that make me love Destiny's expansive universe and its ability to add context or just completely recontextualize the stories we already know and add new angles to them that they just add so much depth than they ever had before. And it's so cool that they can do that without completely changing the canon. So with this newfound knowledge in our hands, we head back to face Savathun once and for all, hoping to end the ritual before it's too late and prevent her from stealing the Traveler from us. We face her on an island in her throne world, and it's an island that represents the one we see in the vision of Fundament from her past life, which is really just a nice detail. By accessing the altar again and showing her the memory we previously saw, she learns of the deceit committed by the Worm Gods and the Witness for herself, and she becomes enraged. And so by killing her Threadweavers, we're able to disrupt the ritual and gain the upper hand in the fight. We manage to successfully defeat Savathun, and she warns us of the eventual arrival of the Witness. And as she dies, her ghost Imaru flees and leaves us with the body. The Vanguard retrieve her body and store it in a safe location. So with Savathun's defeat, the Traveler returns safely to Earth, and we get a glimpse of the Witness themselves as they prepare to assault the Traveler.
We have seen enough. The children of Soul cry out for salvation. You promise them life, but deliver only death, as you have for so many before. Enough. Enough death. Enough life. You have no pieces left to place. The game is over. Do not be afraid. Your pale heart holds the key. This time, there is no escape.
So I know I spent a good bit of time just giving you my Spark Notes version of the whole plot, but it really doesn't do the story any kind of justice. The emotional heights of like the character performances and the dialogue and the way that the story presents itself with all of the unfolding like narrative pieces of the twists and the turns and the reveals, it makes it just the best story we have ever seen for a Destiny expansion. And it's my favorite story that they've told so far. And that's not even technically the end of it either. There's an entire exotic quest after the fact that where you team up with Marasov, and it deals with Savathun's previous dying worm, and we find a way to save it by putting it in the Parasite Grenade Launcher. And it ends up telling us that Savathun also helped save the Traveler during the first collapse when the Traveler arrived hundreds of years ago. So about a month or two ago, I think at this point, my roommate asked me what my favorite video game of all time was. And it's a pretty simple question, to be honest. It's not difficult or anything. Most people have an easy answer. But for some reason, I took quite a while thinking about it, because I have a lot of games that I hold in very high regard. Many of my favorite games I love for completely different reasons. Whether it's gameplay, story, visuals, aesthetic, like whatever, right? After thinking about it for a while, my decision, I ultimately decided on Little Big Planet 2 for the PS3. It has such an amazing level creator with such an active community for its time. The servers are down now, but at the time when it was still up, it was just such an incredible experience. And the story mode was so wholesome and genuinely fun. And the music, the licensed music specifically, exposed me to my favorite artists of all time. Those aren't really the reasons I chose it, though. I ended up choosing it because it was where I made some of the most long-lasting and memorable friendships of my life. And some of those friendships have come and gone. Some have ended well, and others not so much. But I will always cherish the memories that I and other people have created while playing LBP2, as it was some of the most fun I ever had during that point in my life, like in middle school and early high school. Now you may be wondering why I'm bringing all of that up here, as this all may seem directionless or off topic, but I'm bringing it up for a reason. Memories are an important part of who we are, and they're part of the reason we're so attached to all the things that we enjoy so much. It's ironic then that my most fond memories of playing Destiny have come from an expansion whose plot is about memory. Destiny itself, not in just Witch Queen, has always toyed with how the light and the dark affect people's memories, but it's this expansion that really brings it front and center. The memories I made in Witch Queen, and beyond at this point, are ones that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life, as I share them with my girlfriend. This was her first expansion, and I'm glad that it wasn't the last. We share a lot of our favorite things together, whether it's regular show, Adventure Time, Kingdom Hearts, BioShock, like all these things that one of us would enjoy, we share with each other. And they become like all of our favorite things together, and I'm glad that Destiny can be a part of that for us. I can't wait to continue sharing this adventure with her as we continue through Lightfall and into new seasons, and especially into the final shape next year, as she'll get to experience the finale of all of this alongside me. The memories that we have shared together just mean the absolute most to me.
Oh my god, I almost shot my G-horn right in front of your face.
Please don't. Please don't.
You almost were right in my warpath. Yes, cast that shit. Distract her while I finish her off. Yeah!
Do it, baby, yes!
Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Oh my god.
Get shot! She's still
Wait,
pushing!
stop! Stop!
She's still pulling! You can hit her for damage! That's awesome!
Still playing dun 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 dun. That's cute.
I'm sorry, babe. I must depart this world.
Oh, he shielded me the whole time. So sweet.
God, this does look like Shrek's castle, damn. fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna die. Fuck!
Nope, you're good.
How did I not die?
Oh, nice, you got it. That was much easier than the first time.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
That's right,
Jesus.
fucker! Get over there! Get in the corner! Get in the corner! Get in the corner!
Fucking
Eat it!
Jesus
Eat it! I'm sorry. Get him. Get him. Fucking get him. Get the freaking nitrate, son!
Sorry, I'm very like on my toes at all times right now. This is very intense.
That's like the best thing I've ever heard you say.
Oh my gosh. Are we just gonna get... Oh, let's go. Let's go, babe. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's go. Okay. I couldn't see you because you were up high above me. Because you're a float baby.
Yes.
You're like a cloud.
Yes. You're correct. Oh, he waited for us. Very nice.
Aw, nice guy.
I wanted to...
He was shooting at it, so I had to as well. So thanks for killing me, helping me kill that champion.
Oh, you're welcome.
That guy
That dude just jumped! Oh my god!
I saw that. That guy took an L. It's very volatile. It's very dangerous. I tried going a hard. It doesn't give me enough time to draw a hard.
Oh no, you're in front, bitch!
Oh shit, I don't get to see it. The screen's black. No!
Some people just don't focus on that, and that's understandable. I'm just a completionist.
Being a completionist in this game is fucking difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I know when to cut my losses, but
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, like most games that, you know, don't get rid of previous content, I try to complete.
Damn, just throwing mad shade. That was fucking funny. I was not expecting that. That was awesome. I love you.
We said it at the same time.
You're so fucking cute. That's why I love playing this game with you. Alright, everyone pop whatever you got. Use everything you got. Yeah, that's actually super good. Just keep going. Yeah, then Gathering Storm. Let's just do it. Our first final stand. Let's fucking go. Ready?
I got it. Oh fuck! Fuck!
Let's do this! Hell yeah! That was amazing! Woo! Let's go!
Baby!
I didn't get that touch of malice, but I do not care. That was amazing.
I did get touch of malice. I did.
You got it?
I did.
Oh my!
I fucking did. Woo!
Oh my god! This is so awesome. That was so awesome.
If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content in the future. I really enjoy making these, even though they take me a little while to do so. If you have any suggestions for future content or how to improve my current content, leave me a comment and just let me know. The next video should hopefully be that build video I mentioned before. My girlfriend and I have an Etsy store where she's selling some of her paintings, and we both have open commissions available. Any purchases there would be greatly appreciated. Make sure to follow whatever social links I end up leaving in the description as well. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, drink some water, get some sleep, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey Courtney, you and I have been together for 3 years now, and we have shared so many things together. We have faced so many challenges already, both big and small, and we were able to overcome all of them together. And as long as we stay together, nothing can ever stop us. You have been a crucial part of my life since the very beginning, even when we were just friends in middle school. You're funny, you're smart, you're talented, you're kind and empathetic like no one else I've ever met. And there's no one like you in this world, and there's no one that could ever make me feel the way that you do. You're the love of my life, and I couldn't ask for a better partner to be by my side in all of this. The world is a scary place, and it's a lot less scary with you by my side. As stressful as things get, I always feel comfortable knowing that at the end of the day, I can come home and you will be there in bed waiting for me. And I don't have to worry about being alone anymore. And it's one of the greatest feelings in the world to have someone like you in my life. I love you with all of my heart, and nothing could ever change that. I don't know if there's a right way or a best way to ask this, so I'll do my best. Will you do me the honor of making me the happiest man on earth?